Now, what we have learned in all the three classes, again, we will be repeating at a glance. First today's class, motion at rest, the relativeness of motion at rest. These two are related terms we discussed. And next, the physical quantities, by measurement, fundamental quantities are independent quantities are then and dependent or derived quantities. By description, we have classified them as scalar quantities and vector quantities. And also we discussed about distance and displacement. In the next class, what we discussed, what is distance, displacement, how to calculate when it is a body is moving in linear motion or taking a linear path, and the differences also we have learned. Next, we have discussed about the definitions of speed and velocity. Now in the third class, what we discussed, and its units and formulae also we have learned in that class. Now in the third class, what we have discussed, what is uniform motion, non-uniform motion, uniform speed, non-uniform speed, uniform velocity, non-uniform velocity, and if the body is taking in a circular path, moving in a circular path, how can you calculate the distance covered and the displacement? Then we have discussed the differences between speed and velocity, and also we have discussed that increasing velocity, by using another term we are measuring, that is acceleration. If increasing velocity is increasing, we called it as acceleration, and if the velocity is decreasing, we term it as deceleration or retardation. And the related SI units and formulae, some calculations also we have learned. Today we are going to take about once again, what is positive acceleration, negative acceleration, zero acceleration, when acceleration will be zero. Already we have studied distance and velocity will never be zero. Velocity and displacement may be negative or positive. Speed and distance covered never will be negative. Then acceleration will be 3. Either it may be 0 or it may be positive or it may be negative. If positive acceleration is there, it is called as increasing velocity. The body is going with high acceleration. That is, for example, we have taken a train. Same way, the increasing velocity, another example, suppose you have thrown an object vertically in upward direction, where it will go vertically upward. When it is going in upward direction, it is against to gravity. So the velocity goes on decreasing. When the body is falling freely towards the earth, then its velocity is increasing. This is positive acceleration. This is negative acceleration. Why negative acceleration this is? Why this is negative acceleration? Because it is going against the gravity, so the velocity will be goes on decreasing when it is increasing the height from the earth. Whereas here it is towards the earth, so its velocity increases. When velocity increases, what the term we used? Acceleration. When velocity decreases in the moving body, it is negative acceleration. Otherwise, it is known as retardation. Now we will be discussing today. And another example what we have studied for acceleration and deceleration or retardation. A train departing from the station is example for increasing velocity or acceleration. A train arriving towards the station is negative acceleration or deceleration. Now coming to uniform acceleration. When a body is possessing equal velocities in equal intervals of time, then it is called as uniform acceleration. What it is called as? Uniform acceleration. When a body covers displacements in equal velocities when it is maintaining in equal intervals of time, it is called as uniform acceleration. Now, non-uniform acceleration. When a body is going with increasing velocity only, but when it is covering unequal velocities in equal intervals of time or vice versa in equal intervals of time. That is vice versa. That means when unequal times, it is unequal intervals of time, it is moving equal, it is going with equal velocity, then also it is called as non-uniform acceleration or variable acceleration. If the acceleration goes on decreasing, it is called as retardation or deceleration. Now coming to when acceleration is equals to 0. What is acceleration by definition? By definition, acceleration is equals to change in velocity, that is final velocity minus initial velocity by time, that is rate of change in velocity. That is called as acceleration. So acceleration is change in velocity by time. That is final velocity is v, initial velocity is u, by time is called as acceleration. When it will be 0, when it becomes 0, when v is equals to u, when v is equals to u, then it is 0. We are going to learn about uniform acceleration, non-uniform acceleration. Then next, what is uniform acceleration? When a body is moving equally with equal velocities in equal intervals of time, it is called as uniform acceleration. When a moving body is possessing same velocity in equal intervals of time, that is already we have speed is what 60 kilometers per hour we told. Velocity also same unit, because only here we are representing the direction. Specification here is in a particular direction it is moving, we are saying. So when a moving object is covering equal velocities in equal intervals of time, it is called as uniform acceleration. Whereas when an moving object or a body is covering unequal velocities, possessing unequal velocities in equal intervals of time or vice versa. What is vice versa? Vice versa? Unequal intervals of time, when it is covering equal velocities, possessing equal velocities, it is called as non-uniform acceleration. By definition, what is acceleration? Acceleration is change in velocity. What is change in velocity? Final velocity minus initial velocity. What is rate of change in velocity? Rate of change in velocity is nothing but acceleration. Rate represents time. So, rate of change of velocity of a moving object is acceleration. So, when you are representing v as final velocity, u as initial velocity, then change in velocity will be v minus u and acceleration is v minus u by t. That is the rate of change in velocity. See, we have already discussed velocity never be 0, constant. Speed may be 0. The same way, acceleration will be 3. Acceleration may be 0. Acceleration may be positive. Acceleration may be negative. Now, what is the SI unit inverse square. Now, when the body will be possessing zero acceleration, when v is equals to u, the velocity will be, the acceleration will be zero. When final velocity is equal to initial velocity, then acceleration will be zero. When a body is maintaining constant velocity, when a body is moving with constant velocity, then what is acceleration? Acceleration is equals to zero. So in two cases, acceleration will be zero. When initial velocity and final velocity are equal, then suppose 5 minus 5 when you are writing, 5 minus 5 is 0. 0 by t is 0 by anything is 0. So whenever v is equals to u, then what is acceleration? Acceleration is equals to 0. When a body is maintaining constant velocity, then also acceleration is 0. Now, whenever acceleration positive, acceleration is positive when the velocity increases, goes on. So, when increasing velocity, when velocity goes on increasing, when velocity goes on increasing, acceleration will be positive. For example, freely falling body, positive acceleration. Same way, a boy is cycling on his slope, positive acceleration. Slope means the velocity goes on increasing. Now, when coming to the negative acceleration, when acceleration will be negative, when velocity goes on decreasing. So, decreasing. When decreasing velocity is there, then what is velocity is negative now. So, automatically acceleration also negative. So, when velocity decreases, then acceleration will be negative. When velocity decreases, acceleration will be negative. So, acceleration may be 0, acceleration may be positive, acceleration will be maybe negative. In this case, already we have taken freely falling body. So, we will be taking another example related to that is whenever you are throwing a ball in upward direction or a stone in upward direction, it possesses negative acceleration, that is against to the gravity. Have you understood today's class, student? Now, next what we are going to take? The graphs. What are graphs? How? See, here two types of graphs we are going to discuss in this class. One is distance time graphs. What are the two types of graphs we are going to take in this class? Distance time graphs and velocity time graphs. Distance time graph and velocity time graphs. So these graphs, we have studied so many things here now. So when you are plotting a graph against these, see in these constant or independent variable in the case of above one is time is independent, whereas distance covered will be goes on changing. It is changing variable. So these are always a constant variable we will be taking on the x-axis. So x-axis represents time always. This is seconds. Whereas distance on y-axis. Okay. Now we have this is O represents origin. We have discussed so many definitions in that when a body is possessing uniform motion, how the graph will come. When the body possesses uniform motion, when it is covering equal distances in equal intervals of time, then it is speed goes on increasing. So in distance time graphs, what it represents? It gives about the speed and what kind of motion the body is moving object is possessing. So uniform motion means it is a straight line graph. When the slope is going up, then it is with increasing speed. Suppose the same graph not starting from the origin. When it is starting from the origin, it is called as body is starting from rest. That is from the reference point when it is starting, it is the body is starting from rest. That is immediately coming from the home to school by bicycle. Your cycle is parked aside. So you are removing the cycle and starting. So from your home is the origin line. Same way, one more example. Starting from the origin, car parking in your garage, removing it and starting. That is origin. Origin means the reference point where it starts. That means it is a rest in the beginning and starting from the origin. The graph, it is starting from the, if the graph is starting from origin, it is called as from rest position. And if it is, the slope is going on in the upward direction, it is uniform motion, and it is, if it is a straight line, uniform motion. And if it is going in upward direction, then the speed is increasing. Then next, suppose if it is not starting from origin, that means somewhere from here, so already it is in moving condition. This is its uniform, its initial speed. You will be talking about initial speed because distance time graphs will give. You can calculate distance from the graph at a particular time, and you can calculate speed because by definition, by mathematically, speed is equals to distance by time. So at a particular time, what is the speed of the body? You can calculate. Then you can calculate the distance covered also at a particular time. And this is distance time graphs will be giving speed calculation as well as what kind of motion it is, and next whether the speed is increasing or decreasing. Now if it is, the graph is not like this, suppose the graph is coming as a curve, then it is called as non-uniform motion. Non-uniform motion, a curve will be coming. Then this is called as, this is, the body is in non-uniform motion and the speed is here also, the curve is going up only towards the y-axis. So it is also speed increasing. Understood? So uniform motion, non-uniform motion. One more graph, when you are plotting another graph, these three graphs are very, very important. Another graph is, if it is parallel to the x-axis, then it is speed is equals to 0. The time is going on passing by the body, distance is not covered. When distance is not covered, speed is 0. Okay. Now, this is when so three kinds we have studied. If the graph is a straight line graph and it is moving like this, then it is uniform motion and speed is increasing. And if it is starting from the graph origin, so that body is starting from the rest. Suppose it is coming from here, it is not starting from the rest, but this line is a straight line, so it is also uniform motion. But body is not at rest because the slope is going up. Speed is in both cases increasing. Now coming to the next graph, it is not a straight line. That means non-uniform motion. It is covering unequal distances in equal intervals of time. Our x-axis, then the distance is covered, time is not, by passing also time, distance is not covering anything. So speed is 0. That is, the body is, what is the condition of the body? Body is at rest. When the body is at rest, the graph will be parallel to the x-axis. Now, next is one more graph is there, that is decreasing speed. Can you guess what, when, how the graph will be formed? Instead of going up, if the graph is coming down like this from y to x, that means the speed is decreasing. But if it is a straight line, it is uniform motion only. If it is a curve coming from up to down like this, it is a non-uniform motion. But in both the cases, what is happening? Speed is decreasing. Speed is decreasing. Again, this we will be taking up in another section, another class. So, we will be discussing about the graphs in another class. Once again, whatever today I have discussed, please recollect, read the textbook, and at last I will be giving the worksheets and assignments to complete them also. Okay, children.